Hi, and welcome to the Knitting Game and Other Stuff. Come on in.
Scissors and string. Soon it will be spring. What will sister bring? Conjure my blacking. The daydreams could keep you away. No moon grass, no sunburn, no talk of.
Hi, and welcome to episode 68 of the Knitting Game and Other Stuff. This is a two-for episode, but you probably won't notice it. Last week, I had all the intentions in the world of recording, and it just never happened. So, with graduation and everything, and just the way the week went, it didn't happen. So, I did solemnly swear that today I would record before Knitapocalypse. So, yes, Knitting Apocalypse. The zombies will be descending on Minnesota starting today. I know a few people are coming in today. So I'm very excited, and I'm going to get no work done today. So it's a good thing it's an easy day today, because that ain't happening. I'm going to be secretly knitting under my desk just to try to get into the mood. And you can't see me. I have my hands out here. I was knitting under my desk. Alright, so moving on. I would like to say hello to our new members in the Ravelry group, as well as to all of you guys out there who are crazy enough to join me every week. So, Yo1996 and Emb Queen, welcome to our Ravelry group. If you would like to join the Ravelry group, which I don't see why you wouldn't, you can. Feel free. Join along. You can find a link to the group in the show notes, so hop on over there. That would be good. So, I had birthdays last week. I did my show notes and everything last week, so it's like, oh, I know what the problem was. In the morning, I had to do like administrative new job stuff, and it took all of my recording time. So I was like, well, I'll record at night. And then that never happened. So I would like to say happy belated birthday to Bianca13, and that is Blanche. Well Woman, Isobel. Deb Knit 2, and that is Debbie. So happy belated birthday to you ladies, and happy upcoming birthdays to Sandra Rum, Sandra, and J.A. Kelsey, and that's Julie. Alright, so happy birthday, and welcome to everyone that is joining me, not just the regulars, not just the new folks, everyone. I love you all. Shout outs and announcements. So this week, since I'm going to be out of town, there's not going to be a Fredericksburg area sit knit. Next week, because I'm going to go hiking on Saturday, there will be one on Thursday. Courtney's back from the honeymoon. Yay, I want to see her. So even if you don't come, I'm going. So I'll see you guys Thursday. I did register for Spin Quest. I got my little registration for my kit, my spin kit, so I can learn some new things from, I don't know if you've never seen her hand spun yarn. It's just amazing. It looks beautiful. It's Melissa Yoder Ricks. She is the dyer behind Wild Hair Fiber Studio she's in Front Royal, Virginia. So she's going to be teaching at Spin Quest, and that's August 24th. So that's way down the road. So, but I am going to go. So if you're in the area, it's in Front Royal, Virginia on August 24th. It's from like 10 to 4. Have your significant other come with little children people if you've got them. Make them go hike in Shenandoah and you go spin for a day. Sounds like a plan. Alright, so this is the knitting game. So I'm going to show you the winners by default, the last round of my Maryland Sheep and Wool purchases. So this is it, guys. This is the end of the road, as it were. So the name of this package is called On Fire. So I'm going to start with probably, I'm going to work my way up in the goodies. So I'm going to start with the tulle this time. Bobbins. I bought 6 new bobbins for my wheel because really you can never have too many bobbins. And it's caused quite a problem because I have like little bits of bobbin, I have bobbins everywhere, and you know, little bits of fiber yarn here and there. When I get back from Minnesota, I really have to finish some spinning projects and clean up some stuff and finish some bag orders. I've been very bad about that with the way the schedule has come up. By the time I get home in the afternoon, it's great. I love my new job, but I am just, it's all I can do to eat and just kind of sit there for a half minute and just kind of like breathe. So I've been really bad about 2 of my bag orders, and I do apologize profusely to those 2. But bobbins. So my wheel, I have a Frickie. My wheel takes Magicraft bobbins, but the bobbins you get from the Frickies, they are the hole here for where the flyer rod goes. It's drilled out a little bit, so it's just a smidge larger than the regular Magicraft bobbins, but this still fits over the little bar thing. It doesn't spin maybe quite as smooth, but I don't really notice a difference. So whatever, they're easier than, you know, every knit shop, spin shop in the world has some plastic Magicraft bobbins. To get the Frickie bobbins, I would have to do mail order. Alright, so that was my tulle. Now it's for my fiber. So earlier I showed you my yarn from Marigold Jen. And obviously when you go to get Marigold Jen yarn, you're already there at the Hobbledehoy booth because it's a mother and daughter team. So I picked up this year, I got batlings, little batling things. They kind of look like the tribbles from Gourmet Stash. But this year, I picked up a honker of an art bat. So I will pull it out of the plastic because the glare you're not going to be able to see. So it's got a little bit of everything. I've got locks and just the colors. I love the colors. So there's like this purple and this gold and the aqua and the brown, and then it comes with like these little like I know what to do with these. Yeah, so they're in there. I don't know where they'll go. So in the bat there's a list. I like how she just highlights it. It's easier. So we have Polworth wool, bamboo viscose top, tencel top, milk silk, Tessa silk, fine alpaca, Angelina sparkle, sari silk, yarn scraps, and BFL fleece / locks. So this is going to be a fun little palette cleanser when it comes time. It's going to be so different than just spinning, you know, smooth combed top. It's going to be like a different experience, and I'm going to do it for all it's worth and have a ton of fun. Alright, so now I'm going to move on to the yarn. So, most people, I think, probably go to Maryland Sheep and Wool with at least one project in mind for what they want to work on, and one booth that they really want to go to. Well, I did have a booth in mind. I knew I was going to go to Hobbledehoy, and I knew I was going to go to Miss Babs, and I knew I was going to go to Into the World. Beyond that, I really had no game plan as far as what projects. I had nothing in mind. So that Saturday night, as we're sitting in the hotel room, I'm thinking about some of the patterns that I have that I've paid for, and so I kept looking at these two in particular, the Litchfield shawl and the derecho, and they're both by, I can't remember her name, Laura, and I don't know her last name, but anyway, the derecho and the Litchfield. So I looked to see, they both call for fingering weight yarn, and I looked to see which one needed the most yardage, and my plan for Sunday was to go and pick up enough yarn to do whatever shawl needed the most yarn. Now these are multicolor shawls. Think about like the color Affection. You need 3 colors, something like that. So I had to pick up 3 skeins of yarn. Well, one of my roommates there at the festival, Ms. Purple, Pam, she was looking for this yarn from the Neighborhood Fiber Company. And we found a booth that sold neighborhood yarn, and the dyer, she was there, and she is amazing. I don't know her name off. I'm a very bad podcaster because I did not do my homework. But anyway, okay, so let me show you what I got. So I had to get 3 colors, and I needed something with, I think, at least 420 yards in the hank. So, and I needed a light, medium, and dark. So, this is what I ended up gravitating for, too. So this is the red. So this is the fire. Just, oh, it's on fire. This is a rustic fingering, it's the base. So it is a single ply yarn. So you can tell it's just a little on the kinky side. And it's this wonderful variegated, not variegated, tonal red. So you've got this splotch of kind of like almost a hot pink. But then you've got some of these like really dark black red overdyed. So it's like a tonal red, like overdyed with like little splotches of black. And it gives such a great depth that, oh, I think it's beautiful. And this is called Cooper Circle. Now, if you don't know, Neighborhood Yarn Company is local to Washington, D.C. All of her colorways are named after landmarks and neighborhoods in Washington, D.C. So this is Cooper Circle. Rustic Fingering, the base, has, it is 100% superwash merino, and it's 475 yards. So 1 skein is plenty for the 420 or 450 that I needed. So that's the red. The other 2 complementary colors that I got to go with the red is this kind of oystery, kind of off-white, creamy sort of color, and then this black. Now, both of these are dyed with the exact same dye. They are just dyed in different amounts. And these don't have different names. They're both the oak test color. So she was doing test runs to see how the different dye saturations would work. So I thought that was really neat. This is like a dark black with like this kind of smoky charcoal color, and like I think of oysters when I see this, like oyster shells on the outside, but this reminds me of smoke. So charcoal, fire, and smoke. So that is why I am on fire fire, on fire. So this will be a shawl. It'll either be the derecho or the Litchfield. So I have to figure that one out. So that is all of my Maryland sheep and wool purchases. I hope you've enjoyed how I broke those down to kind of give you, I mean, it's lasted a month, which is awesome. So hopefully I'll do the same thing when I get back from Knitapocalypse. Not to overwhelm you, but I've got, let's see. Well, Girl Cave bags are going to be there. There's a whole bunch of lists to see. Bad podcaster. Bad. Alright, so the exotic draped ruffle, obviously I haven't started it, so I don't know. I don't even know if I'm going to keep mentioning that one. It's there. I haven't forgotten about it, but I just haven't started it yet. The Vittorio, I haven't made any progress this 2 weeks, which is okay because I've been working on another project pretty steadily and cranking that out. I think I will be taking the Vittorio with me, so that's going to be some of my Knitapocalypse knitting, so that'll be good. So what is some of the other stuff I've been working on? So really quick, I did do, not this week, but last week before I recorded, I got in a row on the Rocky Coast. So you can see where the stitch marker is. I got about 3 or 4 rows on the Rocky Coast. This I think I'm also taking with me to Knitapocalypse. Because I'm knitting to 0, I can't really cast on anything new until I finish the old. So I figure a weekend dedicated completely to knitting and sitting around and knitting is a perfect opportunity to knock some of these projects out. Because as far as I can tell, I'm going to have like 72 hours of possible knitting time. I am doing the 5K on Friday, so that kind of cuts into it. I guess I could walk and knit at the same time. I don't know. Alright, so moving on. My Bainbridge Island socks. I bound off the top. I just made little anklets. So I was getting anxious. So I made little anklet socks. Would not recommend the 3x1 ribbing, especially if you're doing like an anklet, because I don't know if you can tell, but the top likes to roll over. So I know, oh, Knitting in Circles, he was going to try 3x1 ribbing. Can't remember his name. It just flew out of my head. Darren? Yeah. Maybe? Oh. Bad Podcaster. That's the name of the episode. Bad Podcaster. Anyway, the 3x1 ribbing looks kind of neat, but it rolls. So, I did an afterthought heel, so I'm currently working on closing that up. So, I've got another couple of rounds before I have a half object, I hope. So, this is also going with me to Knitapocalypse. Yay! Alright, so the last thing I've been working on this week is my hitchhiker. And last night at midnight, I had to put it down. Instead of just one more row, it's one more point. I need one more point. One more point. One more point. So I'm at 36.5 points. So I'm oh so very, very, very close. And it is, I'm not blocking this sucker because it is already huge. I'm using a sport weight yarn, and the pattern calls for fingering weight yarn. So I'm using a sport weight yarn, so it's a little bigger to begin with. And then I'm using size 4s, which I think the pattern calls for 2s or 3s. So, yeah. So I am at 36.5 points. I want to try to get another 2 or 3 points done today, if I can. Oh, how awesome would it be to be able to sit up at the airport tomorrow and bind off this baby and have it, for retreat wear. Oh, and that's in my Anders Mill little bucket bag. So the lining pulls up I love this thing. You can't see my magic that I'm performing right now. But the lining pulls up to a drawstring and it keeps everything safe inside. Love, love, love this little bag. As a matter of fact, great transition podcaster. I loved it so much that I used my coupon code. If you're an AF3 Sock Yarn Club member, you received a coupon code for 20 or 30% off of a purchase there at Andrew Mills or Inked Knits. So I picked up another one because they are just adorable. And I think the cats have been sitting on it. Crazy pussycats. Sitting on the owls. So I got a little owl bag. How cute is that? And it has the lining that pulls up. I just think that's an awesome idea. I've seen them. I just never got around to getting one. And then once I had one, I was like, I can't believe I was living without it. But that was the only stash enhancement I've had. Was my bucket bag. Alright, so that's about it, folks. I didn't do any spinning this week. Yeah, so there we go. It's 8:30. I have to make lunch and go to work now. So I will post this as soon as I can, and I hope you guys enjoy, and you have a great week, because I'll have pictures and wonderful things to show everybody when I get back. So I can't wait. So, and if you're going to Knitapocalypse, say hi. I'm going to put together, I don't know if we're allowed more than one mini skein, but I will at least bring one mini skein to swap so I can meet somebody new. And I'm planning on, I'll put that together tonight using my little itty bitty nitty naughty. And yeah, so have a great week, and I will see you guys next week with some goodies and stuff. So have a great one. Bye.